in the end.
Yeah, the manager after Tuesday night said that the feeling around the dressing room wasn't quite right after the fact of getting to Wembley. How have you found it this week, and especially going into today's game? You found it like a bit of a different feeling than usual in the dressing room?
Well, I thought maybe we were a bit lax going into the Histon game. I think it's not to be expected, but it does happen like to most teams when you get a big result and like all the euphoria that goes around. You maybe rest on your laurels a little bit, but I felt as a group we all trained really well this week, and I was really positive going into the game. So I'm not too sure why we didn't start as bright as we wanted to today.
Yeah, another big game on Tuesday night. Crawley Town, is that kind of an imposing?
I wouldn't say it's imposing. We could have had an easier game like after today, but the games are going to come thick and fast now. You got to take whoever comes, and the good thing is you don't have too much time to think about it now. You just you get your rest, and then you're back in training Monday, and then it's on you again. So you don't really have too much time to think about the games now to the end of the season.
Yeah, because obviously they're a very, very good team. They've got the prospect of kind of running away with the league this year. Is that a scary thing going into it, especially as a defender, with their attacking options you'll be facing?
I wouldn't say it's a scary prospect, but you know you're going to have to be on your mettle. But no, it's just any other game, and we know we're going to have to all be on it, and we're going to have to start a lot brighter than we did today.
Yeah, bad luck today.
Yeah, indeed.
Thanks.
Were the lads a little bit disappointed? Perhaps one or two chances where maybe didn't get the shots off early enough today.
Yeah, a little bit. Mostly, I thought it was the first half killed us. I mean, we start better in the first half, and you never know what happens. So I think that was more the point than the chances that we sort of didn't score.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there were too many clear-cut ones that we missed anyway.
Yeah. Why do you think it is that you seem to start slow? Because obviously it happened at Histon, and you think like the Newport game, and even going back further like the AFC Wimbledon game. There's quite a few where you can instantly think the first half performance hasn't been there. Why do you think that is?
I'm not too sure really. I mean, we trained well, and there was a lot of positiveness going into the game, and we're all prepared extremely well for the game. And like I say, coming back from Histon, there was plenty of positivity floating around. So I'm not too sure really. Whether it's a fatigue thing where we've had so many games, I'm not too sure, but. Obviously, there's no excuses. We know we need to be starting a lot better than that, and that's going to be the aim for Tuesday.
You've now lost more games at home than you've won. That must be quite disappointing as well.
Well, it's a stat I didn't know, but that's obviously not good enough if that is the case, and we should be looking at our home form to be driving us through for the season. So that's something we're going to have to definitely work on.
Yeah. I guess really when you look at it, that's probably where you're slipping up in terms of getting in those places, because away from home the form stacks up quite well against some of the other sides. Yeah,
it sounds quite unusual. I mean that's like, if that is the stat, then it's not good enough really. We need to be doing better than that. You need to be. Most teams rely on their home form to be picking up their points, and it's something that we'll have to address and improve on.
Because you started off pretty well at home this season. It seems to be more of late really that it's gone a little bit awry. It seems a strange one, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not too sure why though, to be honest. We got a lot of home games coming up now, and we're going to have to address that, and we're going to have to be a lot better at home, and that's where we need to be picking up our wins really.
Well, first of all, Adam, a poor result today. What went wrong?
Good question. We weren't good enough. Simple bottom line. We weren't good enough first half we were terrible. To start the second half we picked up a little bit, but there's no excuses for it. It was crap.
Yeah, encouraging signs at the start of the second half, and then maybe a controversial decision in the build-up to their second goal that's kind of put the nail in the coffin, really.
Yeah, I think, that speaks for itself, doesn't it? But at the end of the day, they're a good team. They are where they are for a reason, and I think maybe we should have kind of set out today to try and stop them playing, because, like I say, they are a good team when they're sitting at the top of the league because of that, and I don't think we did. I think we tried to play kind of the way we like to play, and sometimes you have to change it a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a kind of frustrating element to the season, kind of not performing against those bigger teams, and again that's happened today.
Yeah, and I don't know what to say. Do you know what I mean? There's no excuses. We keep coming back to it, and it's got to change. Whether it's personnel or attitude towards these big games, but something's got to change because we can't keep going back to it and getting asked the same questions and coming back with the same answers.
From a personal point of view, you tried to kind of drag the team back into the game with a fantastic goal late on, but obviously it doesn't count for anything.
No, I had my hands up today. I was poor. It's probably my poorest game in a while, and obviously it's nice to get a goal, but it means nothing, does it? No, disappointed today.
Yeah, obviously there's the Wembley. It's the thing that will be talked about for the rest of the season on the horizon. The manager said on Tuesday night the mood in the dressing room was a little bit different after you qualified. Did you feel that today, or has that gone?
No, that's gone. And I think at the end of the day, yeah, you're going to Wembley, but we're professional footballers. We get paid to play football and win football matches, and we haven't done that. So Wembley or no Wembley, today is not good enough.
Yeah, and it's probably the worst possible game to have on Tuesday night to come off the back of this in Crawley Town. They're quite an imposing prospect, aren't they?
Yeah, they're there for a reason. Do you know what I mean? They've spent a lot of money on a lot of good players. They haven't just spent money stupidly. They've spent it well, and it's going to be another tough test for us. And we've got to be better than we were today, because if we turn up there like that Tuesday night, we'll get turned over.
The lads didn't really turn up in the first half. Kidderminster, very, very good team, passed it around, and we didn't really get to grips with it until the second half. But as you can see in the second half, we got to grips with it, and we went at them, but it was probably too late.
Yeah, it was kind of the same story as Tuesday night, wasn't it? First half performance wasn't good enough, but this afternoon's second half against a higher quality team just wasn't enough in the end.
Well, that's what happens when you don't get started. You can be made to pay. Kidderminster were up there fighting for their lives as well, and they made us pay in the both one goal either side of the half, and we just didn't really have enough in there. But this is a team that can always come back, and you saw how we came back. It's just you can't do that against every team in the league.
Yeah, the second half performance was kind of cut short by their second goal. Both you and Duncan were quite vocal with the referee coming off the pitch. What was your view of the foul in the build-up to it?
Well, you see a foul on the pitch and you shout for it. If the referee lets it go, then fair enough. But the boy's down. It was a blatant foul. I mean, we want the referees to help us, and we don't want them to. We want to look after our players. I mean, we're down to the bare minimums, and the boy's scratches on his body across his ribs. It's like the movie Enter the Dragon. Where he's got massive stud marks down it, so it's got to be a foul. The referee said it was a trailing leg. They've gone down the other end and scored, and that's cost us. That's cost us the game. Now all we ask for is to, if we can see it from where we are, then people on the pitch, everybody. I mean, even Tom Naylor's reacted, and I mean, he's the most calm man in the stadium. So we just want the referee to see what we see, basically.
Yeah, so Adam Murray tried to drag you back into the game with a great finish, but ended up being just a little bit too late.
Yeah, as I said, you can't start the first half, not by not turning up, or by in second gear and then getting first gear against a team like that, because they'll make you pay up, which they did.
What can you do to kind of guard against those slow performances coming out?
Well, I think the boys that'll probably be a kick up the backside for them. They'll know that they have to come out and they have to get started quickly, especially against the quality opposition. I mean, we found that out against Histon. That should have been the kick up the backside, really, but you can't do that against Kidderminsters, Crawleys, the teams that are coming up, your Lutons, because they'll smack you and you'll be sent back on with your tail between your legs.
Yeah, you see this as kind of a crash back down to earth, because what a difference a week makes. This time last week you were getting ready for Luton instead of celebrating in the end, and then obviously that's a bit of a comeback on Tuesday night. It's like a crash back down to earth, isn't it? It
is, but that's the beauty of football. It's the only game in the world probably where you can be right up there 1 minute and then on cloud nine and then come crashing back down to earth so quickly. It's an unforgiving game if you don't do it properly, and if you don't do it properly, then you deserve what you get.
Yeah, in the manager's programme notes today, he still said promotion was a possibility. After today, are we putting a nail in that coffin?
Well, as long as it's mathematically possible, you've always got a chance. I mean, the next game really could kick us on. Like I say, it's a kick up the backside for us to be dealt a blow at home like that to be beaten by Kidderminster when we really wanted the 3 points. We really should have and expected the 3 points. But like I say, we go away to Crawley now, and like I always say, we always go out to win our football matches.
Yeah, that game against Crawley, they're already a couple of points clear at the top with games in hand. Is that scary going there?
Well, not really, because if they, I mean, like how sometimes, you know, it could have been, we could be accused of getting complacent this week. You know, we're just hoping that Crawley can get complacent. And like I say, football deals you a punch in the face sometimes, and hopefully we could be the punch in the face that Crawley get on Tuesday.